report found that enough opioids were prescribed in 2016 for every man, woman, and child in the nation to have 36 pills each. But these prescription painkillers are not our only option for treating pain, especially after surgery.
The devastating impact of opioid addiction does not discriminate against age, race, or economic status. It's important that we encourage patients to talk to their doctors about non-opioid options to manage their post-surgical pain.
Visit planagainstpain.com.
Oh boy.
What?
We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you dig.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. This is the place to go to be the first to know. And best of all, it's free. The WYMT News app, dedicated to Eastern Kentucky.
ARH highlights Eastern Kentucky's top students every week. Watch for the ARH Mountain Student Achiever Monday and Tuesday on Mountain News at 6 and 11.
On Investigate TV, we ask the questions no one else will.
And your pharmacies can't say a thing to the customer.
They can't.
Investigate TV, we're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices today.
Contact your local cable company to get in the circle.
Coming up on First at 4, a man is accused of killing or injuring multiple police officers during a shootout last night in Floyd County. And as that unfolded, a school went on lockdown right around the corner. We'll hear from officials about their own experience.
And scattered showers are possible into this evening, but what can you expect for your holiday weekend? I have your full forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a shooting in Floyd County last night left several law enforcement officers dead or injured and also left a canine officer dead. The sheriff has just identified in the last hour the officers killed as Deputy William Petrie and City Police Captain Ralph Frazier. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from the Floyd County Justice Center, where the accused gunman made his first court appearance this morning following his arrest.
After a shooting in Allen left multiple officers dead and more injured, the gunman, 49-year-old Lance Stores of Allen, made his first court appearance following the incident in Floyd County. Stores, who is being held at the Pike County Detention Center, appeared in court via a video conference Friday morning. An arrest citation made at the scene reports Stores is facing 2 counts of murder. I had a moment to talk with Floyd County Sheriff John Hunt and County Attorney Keith Bartley about the incident, and Bartley says those will not be his only charges.
The charges from last night were in the middle of a war zone, basically, and were done certainly about information that was definitive at that time, and for the police officer to go ahead and lodge this worthless human being, in my opinion, in jail. But yes, there should be substantially more charges.
Store's preliminary hearing was set for July 11th at 1:30 p.m., and his bond was set for $10 million. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
The sheriff even went so far as to call the suspect a terrorist. The sheriff, Hunt, and Bartley both said many officers had severe injuries and also confirm at least one Floyd County sheriff's deputy was taken to UK Hospital in Lexington, and other officers from various agencies were taken to West Virginia and Prestonsburg hospitals. With the barricade situation just around the corner, a group at Wesley Christian School spent hours locked in the gymnasium. Coaches Sean Ward and Randy Reno heard the commotion before a woman alerted them about the active shooter. They moved the students into one space as they started looking for updates while the situation continued. Ward said the students worked to keep themselves occupied, but it was a tough several hours as they could hear the helicopters and gunshots as they hunkered down.
Me and Randy, we also went back downstairs. We put a table against the door, put a couch against the door, like we broke a couple of things and put it down into the door so the doors couldn't open.
Ward said all they could do was pray for the officers who were outside of the doors, adding he feels blessed to have had Reno on his side to help keep their students safe while so much was still uncertain. As more information comes out about the aftermath of this incident, officers across the region are mourning the loss of their brothers. Public Affairs Officer for the Laurel County Sheriff's Department, Gilbert Achardo, says risks like this are a grim reality of the job, and he hopes people understand that what they do is not simply just a routine and can look a lot different from what you see on television.
And sometimes we watch cop shows, and cop shows don't always tell it the way that it is. The lives that law enforcement officers have to live on a daily basis.
We'll have more reaction from police across the region coming up at 5:30 and a live report from Allen with some new information in just a moment. We've also been told we could expect a news conference at some point this afternoon. We were told it could be around 2:45 or 3 o'clock, and that has still not happened yet. If it does end up happening, we will try to take that live. Now, we do want to take a moment and pause here to remind you about something going on right outside our station. We are partnering with the Kentucky Blood Center to host our annual summer blood drive. This, of course, has been something planned for weeks, but obviously when a tragedy like what happened in Floyd County occurs, blood is always an important need. Now, our blood drive is going on beside the station here in Hazard right now. It continues until 7 p.m. Donors will be entered to win a new 2022 Toyota RAV4 and a trip to Jamaica. You do need to bring your ID with you if you plan to donate. Again, the Bloodmobile located outside our WYMT studios until 7 o'clock tonight.
Well, typical summer weather continues across the mountains. It's warm, it's muggy, and we're watching out for a few showers and storms as well. Let's take a look over at I-75 this afternoon as the holiday traffic begins across the mountains. Looking at a mix of sun and clouds over at I-75, and same story over at the London Corbin Airport, but it is warm. Current temperature sitting at 88 degrees, 91 in Somerset, 94 over in Irvine, 83 for Jackson, 88 in Manchester, 75 over in Williamsburg, where they've had a few showers around earlier today. Here is a look at pinpoint Doppler, and scattered showers and storms continue, and these will stick around into the rest of this evening. So if you have any evening plans, be sure to pack the rain gear just to be safe, as a few off and on showers or storms will be possible. Temperatures falling into the upper 60s and lower 70s, and more showers and storms are likely into your weekend. I have that full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. American basketball star Brittany Griner went on trial outside Moscow today, accused of smuggling drugs into Russia. CBS's Astrid Martinez has the latest.
Brittany Griner arrived at court in handcuffs, facing trial on drug charges that could put her in prison for years. Inside, prosecutors unsealed their case, stating the 31-year-old basketball star brought 2 cartridges of hashish oil into the country for personal use. The 2-time Olympic gold medalist and center for the Phoenix Mercury was arrested in February when Russian authorities said they found the drugs in her luggage as she arrived at a Moscow airport. After the trial's opening session, a diplomat from the U.S. Embassy said Griner was doing as well as can be expected.
And she asked me to convey that she is in good spirits and is keeping up the faith.
Griner's arrest came just a week before Russia invaded Ukraine. The Kremlin denies any political motivation, but Russia expert Jeff Hahn believes the American is being held hostage for political clout.
It's very clear that they did not need to bring the severity of charges against her that they did. They chose to do that in order to grab the U.S. attentions and threaten her with the worst possible outcome.
Ahead of the trial, Griner's sister attended a support rally in New York.
I haven't been in communication with her. I haven't been able to talk to her. And it hurts.
U.S. diplomats say they are working at the highest levels to help bring Griner home. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
If convicted, Griner could face 10 years in prison. The prospects of an acquittal are said to be grim. Russian prosecutors have a 99% success rate. Only a third of the World Health Organization's 194 member countries have reached their COVID vaccination goals. The WHO reports just 58 countries have reached the target to vaccinate at least 70% of their population by mid-2022. The United States is among the countries that have fallen short. Overall, about 66% of the world's population has received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and 61% are fully vaccinated. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Friday. The Dow closes up today more than 322 points, so a strong end to the week on Wall Street. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. Well, we want to go back to Floyd County now, where we do know 2 officers were killed in last night's shootout in Allen, and several others were also shot, including several law enforcement officers. It began while deputies had tried to serve a domestic violence order when they say a man now identified as Lance Stortz opened fire. WYMT's Phil Pendleton is live in Floyd County, and he's following the timeline of what happened. Phil, what's the latest?
Well, there is still a very active investigation taking place here. Of course, this began late yesterday afternoon, went through the night, and the investigation is still ongoing. Dozens of police vehicles behind me, a very massive and active scene. An entire almost neighborhood of Allen County is cordoned off with crime scene tape as investigators continue to do their work. This was a night of terror, of what we are told, for those in this community of Floyd County. The suspect, 49-year-old Lance Stortz, arraigned this morning, a $10 million cash bond set for him. He was booked into jail about 5 o'clock this morning, 12 hours after the nightmare for police officers and others from multiple agencies began. 4 officers were serving some kind of warrant when police say gunfire began raining down on them. 2 officers were killed right there. And to show how bad this war zone was, one officer actually had to hide under a car for hours, and he suffered some carbon monoxide poisoning. In addition to the officers killed and injured, a canine also died that was never able to get out of the cruiser that it was in.
And actually at one time the car that he was under just took a barrage of bullets and shot the canine dog in the back seat.
And Kentucky State Police are in charge of this investigation. We are still waiting to get some details from them on exactly what transpired, but we have been able to learn that the 2 officers killed are Captain Ralph Frazier and Deputy William Petrie. Live in Floyd County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. Just a terrible scene there in Floyd County. You can find more coverage of the Floyd County shootout on our website, WYMT.com. You can also get the latest on the WYMT News app. Just scan the code on your screen with your phone camera to download the app. We are continuously updating this story, and you can also sign up for breaking news alerts. Before we go to break, if you can come back to me, Anthony, I do want to share some more news that Phil didn't mention. He did say that we have learned those officers killed were Deputy William Petrie. You may know Deputy Petrie from his days with state police. He was the former public information officer for the Pikeville State Police Post. We interviewed him dozens and dozens of times through the years, so he was definitely a familiar face here on WYMT. We all knew him. The city police captain, Ralph Frazier, 39 years old, was the other person that was killed, and we understand both of their bodies are being escorted back to the region at this hour, expected to be back in Floyd County later this afternoon. We've also confirmed one name of an officer injured. Prestonsburg officer Jacob Chaffins is in the hospital. State police say of the officers injured, one is critical, two are stable, and one has been treated and already released. There was also a civilian injured in all of this last night. But again, we'll continue to keep you updated as we go along. And if there is a news conference at some point, we will try to take you there live. Still to come on First at 4, today marks 25 years since a historic handover on the world stage, marking a big change in global politics.
And we stay warm and muggy into your holiday weekend. I have that full forecast coming up.
Train in The Way of the Walker, featuring moves such as the iconic traffic stop, Walker Texas Ranger.
For SUVs with more MPGs, visit your local Ford store today. It's SUV season, the best time to get vehicles that help you squeeze more fun and adventure out of every gallon of gas. Like the 2022 Ford Escape, with a perfect combination of capability and versatility. More fun, more adventure, more for your money. For more savings on SUVs that help you get more out of life, visit your local Ford store now, where there's always more in store.
Seniors are overpaying for life insurance, sometimes more than twice the monthly rate of what they could be paying. If you've bought a guaranteed acceptance plan, please pay close attention. A 60-year-old male pays almost $90 a month for less than $11,000 in coverage with a guaranteed acceptance plan. But Senior Life Insurance Company qualified him for $11,000 in whole life protection for less than $48 a month. That cut his monthly life insurance rate in half and saved him over $500 a year. A 75-year-old female could save over $50 a month for more coverage by switching to Senior Life. That's a savings of over $600 a year. Call Senior Life now to compare your current policy and see how we could save you hundreds of dollars a year on your life insurance. We might even be able to help you get money back on your current overpriced policy. Stop overpaying for your life insurance. Call Senior Life Insurance Company now for your free quote.
Everyone is welcome at the Mountain Girl Experience, July 22nd and 23rd in downtown Pikeville. Abby the Spoon Lady, Loon and the Mountain Jets, Coal Town Dixie, Beck and the Starlight Review, and more. Your participation helps raise funds for the West Care Emergency Shelter in Pikeville and the Turning Point Domestic Violence Services in Floyd County. Visit theapparts.org and make your memories at the Mountain Girl Experience, July 22nd and 23rd in downtown Pikeville, paid in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
No one should face breast cancer alone. I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. Learn more at nbcf.org/hope.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Well, Cameron, we're hoping these isolated storms stay away from hazard at least till after 7 with our blood drive going on outside the station. But it's definitely warm out there today.
Yeah, warm and muggy. It's typical July. Today's the first day of July, and it feels like it. But I can't make any promises, Steve. We might run into a few sprinkles out there this evening. Let's start out over at UVA-wise. They are not looking at any sprinkles at the moment. Current temperature sitting at 81 degrees under a mix of sun and clouds. And like Steve mentioned, it is very toasty across the mountains. 91 in Somerset and Monticello, 88 over in London, and here in Hazard, 83 for Jackson, and over in Pikeville, also sitting at 83 at the moment. We are watching out for a few showers out there. None of these are severe at the moment, and we are not expecting any severe weather today, but these are producing some very torrential rainfall rates. So be sure to, if you come across a flooded roadway, to turn around, don't drown. We're not really expecting that today, but just in case, you never want to go through floodwater. We are watching out for this cold front, though, over the Midwest. This is going to push into our direction tomorrow, and that is going to set the stage for maybe a few strong to severe storms. Again, we're not expecting a widespread impact from this event, but maybe a strong storm or two on Saturday that could produce gusty winds and heavy rain. So be sure to stay weather aware into your holiday weekend. Let's go through future view this evening. If you have any outdoor plans, just pack the rain gear just to be safe. A few showers and storms are possible. Quiet overnight, temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s as you start your weekend. And again, here comes this cold front as we get into the afternoon on Saturday, and some of these could be strong to severe with heavy rain and gusty winds. Temperatures overnight on Saturday into Sunday morning in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And once again, we are watching out for more showers and storms as we get into your Sunday. So rain chances over the next few days, anywhere from half an inch up to an inch of rain. And we are actually below average in terms of rainfall for this year. So we could use a little bit of rain as we get into your next work week. Most of that, though, coming as we get into your Saturday as that cold front moves into the area. We are watching out for possibly a few stronger storms as well. So that 4th of July holiday forecast, a quick look at that. Off and on showers and storms are possible. It will be toasty, temperatures reaching the upper 80s and lower 90s in spots. We're also watching out for the tropics. This is Tropical Storm Bonnie. Current winds of 40 miles per hour. This is going to move off into portions of Central America, staying well south of the mountains. But we are watching out for that to redevelop as we get into the Pacific Ocean next week. Here is a look at your 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view. Typical summer weather across the mountains. Upper 80s, lower 90s, off and on showers and storms are possible. Steve.
Cameron, thank you. Whether you're looking for something new on the big or small screen, David Daniel has you covered in today's Hollywood Minute.
He was very impressed by her wit and humor.
I must be nearsighted.
May I assist?
Sparks fly between Frida Pinto and Chape Dirisu in Mr. Malcolm's List. The Regency rom-com is the feature film debut of director Emma Holly Jones, who says she faced at least 2 significant challenges.
I mean, it's been a 7-year process for me and the producers. And, and the second biggest challenge was we shot this on an indie budget in 27 days in level 5 lockdown in Dublin.
Well, the course of true love never did run smooth. Mr. Malcolm's List is in theaters this weekend.
3, 2, 1, go!
Rob Corddry is hitting the gas on season 2 of Top Gear America. He calls the show one of the most fun experiences of his career, as well as an education.
Almost every single episode that I can think of, somebody's crashing into somebody else. Now, that was a new experience for me, like doing it for fun. It's terrifying.
Top Gear America Season 2 premieres today on Motor Trend Plus. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
What's being called an extraordinarily rare portrait of Princess Diana will be on public display for the first time after it was recently sold at auction. The oil sketch by American artist Nelson Shanks was completed in 1994, 3 years before Diana's death in Paris. It made headlines in January when it was sold at a Sotheby's auction for more than 10 times its original estimate at nearly $202,000. The portrait will be on display through July 6th. Today marks 25 years since Hong Kong was returned to China after 156 years of British rule. The city's incoming chief executive, John Lee, presided over a flag-raising ceremony at the city's Convention and Exhibition Center. That was not open to the public this year due to increased security measures surrounding a visit from the Chinese president to Hong Kong for the anniversary, although he was not in attendance. Straight ahead on First at 4, the sight of a delicious meal has long been known to make folks salivate, and now researchers say they may know why.
do in Birmingham, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
When I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
Kimber Furniture invites you to their 4th of July sale, now through Saturday. It's one of the biggest and best sales all year. Kimber's has great sale prices all across the store. Plus, your choice of up to 5 full years interest-free or free gifts with your qualifying purchase, like an Ozark cooler or a Blackstone cooking station. This is awesome, but it's only through Saturday at Kimber's in Hazard. Kimber's, we know furniture.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
When a soldier transitions back to civilian life, they make a terrific asset to any business or workplace that hires them. So if you're an employer or business owner, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. It's also a great way to thank them for their service. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE or visit saluteheroes.org.
You're watching WYMT.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Just a quick update on the procession for the 2 fallen officers returning home to Floyd County this afternoon. The Middle Creek Volunteer Fire Department updated at 4:22, so about 3 minutes ago, that the escort has reached the Floyd-Magoffin County line on 114. So those 2 heroes, Deputy William Petrie and City Police Captain Ralph Frazier, now back in Floyd County as that escort home continues. The sight of a delicious meal has long been known to make people salivate. Now scientists at the University of Basel think they figured out why that happens. They discovered that seeing food triggers an inflammatory response in the brain, prompting the pancreas to release insulin. The same response is involved in the development of type 2 diabetes. Good ventilation appears to be key to stopping the spread of the coronavirus in large public spaces. A British review of so-called super spreader events found evidence that many of those infected were at least 6 feet away from each other. Researchers say that suggests long-distance airborne transmission of the virus occurred, which better airflow could have prevented. They noted the events studied took place before COVID-19 vaccines were available. Patients benefit when they can visit the same doctors over time. That's the conclusion of a large-scale review of UK medical practices. It also found that as people get older, they are more likely to go to a physician they have seen before, and that smaller medical practices are better at maintaining doctor-patient continuity. Or continuity, rather. Well, still to come on First at 4, a worldwide photo competition showcases Mother Nature in all its breathtaking splendor. Look at that in our viral videos.
Garrett, 5-0. You better know that name.
This is a Kentucky Lottery update.
Hey,
Hey, we are so happy to have Chip Holston from the Kentucky Lottery joining us today to talk about some brand new games from the Kentucky Lottery, as well as one incredible experience available for one very lucky lottery player. So first, dazzle us with all the details of this brand new scratch-off.
Sure, that's our $30 Diamond Dazzler ticket. It's a great new ticket with more than $90 million in prizes, 3 top prizes of $2 million each, and there's a guaranteed $100 winning ticket in every single pack of the game. Players are already really enjoying it.
And this is not the only new game right now from the Kentucky Lottery, right?
That's right. 4 other games came out at the same time. We've got the $2 ticket that folks are really enjoying. That's Quick 20s with a $20,000 top prize. 2 $5 tickets, Black Pearls with a $50,000 top prize, and Power Shot with an $80,000 top prize, and the $10 Multiplier Craze game with a $100,000 top prize. They're all available at your local lottery retailer.
So many ways to win, but you got to tell us about this great experience available for one lucky player involving the Kentucky Derby Festival.
We do a great promotion with the Kentucky Derby Festival every year to name one of our players the Derby City Fanatic, and they win an amazing set of experiences around Louisville, including being able to be the Thundernator, which means they will press the button that starts the largest annual fireworks show in North America. You can learn how to enter at kylottery.com.
What a great opportunity. And tell us again where all the proceeds from this game go.
College scholarship and grant programs, including every dime of the popular Key Scholarship ever awarded. More than $4 billion with a B. $4 billion have gone to those programs since 1999. And 1 in 5 Kentuckians has now received a college scholarship or grant paid for directly from the sale of Kentucky Lottery tickets. As you can imagine, Kelsey, that's something in which we take great pride.
To find out more about how you can get in on all the fun the Kentucky Lottery has to offer, visit kylottery.com.
This has been a Kentucky Lottery Update.
It's time to get back out and see America again.
And there's no better way than in a hybrid electrified vehicle.
And Toyota's got more than anyone else.
Like this electrified RAV4 hybrid that's more powerful and more fuel efficient.
At 40 mpg, it's got a driving range of 580 miles.
Saving you $4,000 in fuel costs over the next 5 years.
Now, during Toyota's electrified summer, get 1.75 APR financing on a new 22 RAV4.
Toyota, let's go places.
Do my best to be the best. Monk.
Now to our viral videos. Take a look at some incredible photos of Mother Nature in all its breathtaking splendor. The Big Picture Natural World Photography Competition annually showcases stunning works from wildlife and environmental photographers the world over. More than 7,000 images from 65 different countries were whittled down to a handful of finalists across multiple categories. In the end, it was an entry from an American photographer who caught the chaotic mating dance of cactus bees competing for the affections of a female that took the competition's grand prize. We'll continue our coverage of the tragedy in Floyd County right after the break.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains. And if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Coming up on Mountain News at 4:30, sadness fills Eastern Kentucky as 2 officers were killed and others injured during a mass shooting last night. The suspect was in court earlier today. We will have the latest from the scene and reaction from fellow police officers.
And a warm and muggy weekend is on tap with a few showers and storms possible. I have that full forecast coming up as Mountain News at 4:30 continues.
Mountain News, first at 4, continues.
we're continuing to follow the situation in Floyd County. Some new developments coming in. We'll have full details in just a moment. First, though, let's check in with meteorologist Cameron Aaron for a look at some pop-up storms across the region tonight. Cameron?
Yeah, that's right, Steve. That's right, Steve. We are watching out for that typical summer weather here in the month of July. It's warm, it's muggy, and we're watching out for those pop-up showers and storms. Let's take a live look outside the front door here at WYMT. Some dark clouds back in the distance as we are watching out for a few showers here in Perry County. Temperatures across the board in the upper 80s and lower 90s. 91 for Somerset, 88 for London, 83 over in Jackson, and 82 in Pikeville. But not only are we dealing with warm air temperatures, but the dew points in the upper 60s and lower 70s. That means the air is very moist and it feels very muggy as you walk out the door this afternoon. Here is a look at pinpoint Doppler, and scattered showers and storms continue. Nothing severe, but these are producing some very heavy rainfall. If you have any plans this evening, be sure to pack the rain gear just in case a few showers and storms are possible. I have that complete weekend forecast coming up in just a little bit. Steve.
All right, Cameron, thank you very much. Police and sheriff's departments across the Commonwealth are paying their respects to the victims of last night's mass shooting in the Allen community of Floyd County that left 2 officers dead and several others injured. Richmond police officers can certainly relate to what the Floyd County community is going through. Officer Daniel Ellis died after he was ambushed and shot back in 2015. Chief Rodney Richardson says his department mourns the tragedy in Floyd County.
The best way I can describe it is just total chaos. And, you know, you've got so much going on, so many people that are involved. There's so many family members and friends you have to talk to, husbands and wives, daughters and sons. So, you know, you really just got to sit back and take your time and try to deal with it as it comes.
Richmond police have not been called out to help in Floyd County, but Chief Richardson said his department is ready and willing to assist in any way. This loss comes just 4 years after an officer was killed in the line of duty in neighboring Pike County to Floyd County. Scotty Hamilton was shot responding to a call in March of 2018. He was an officer with the Pikeville Police Department and was on the force for 12 years. Well, Eastern Kentucky is certainly filled with emotion following the killing of 2 officers in this mass shooting. Kentucky police and sheriff's departments are paying their respects. We are live in Floyd County with details on the ambush, and we've learned new details this afternoon. WYMT's Phil Pendleton is there with the very latest. Phil?
Well, good afternoon, Steve. A light rain starting to fall here in this community here, and the overcast skies matching the moods of what is felt here after a very terrible night. The investigation going through the night, and it's still ongoing behind me. Multiple police agencies and departments throughout this area have gathered here to look into what exactly transpired here, starting late yesterday and going through the night. The suspect, 49-year-old Lance Storrs, arraigned this morning. A $10 million cash bond being set for him as he went before a judge. During that arraignment, a preliminary hearing was set for him next week. There were multiple agencies responding when all of this took place. Gunfire began raining down on them. 2 officers killed and at least 5 others were injured, at least one of them now in critical condition at a hospital in Lexington. A canine also died, never able to get out of the cruiser when that took place.
All right, Phil, thank you very much, and we'll check in with Phil again at 5:30 and 6 o'clock tonight. Now, in response to the shooting, several planned city events for the 4th of July are being canceled. A post was shared on the Prestonsburg Tourism Facebook page announcing the postponement of Star City Day. The post read, quote, "In light of last night's tragedy, we believe it is in the best interest of our community to postpone Star City Day at this time." A new date has not been announced yet. And a release from the city of Pikeville said the Independence Day Festival is canceled there. Their post read, quote, "It is with heavy hearts that we announce the cancellation of our Independence Day Festival in Pikeville. Our community mourns the tragic losses in Floyd County yesterday, and we have decided to cancel the festival in honor of the fallen officers and others injured. We offer our sincere sympathy to the entire Floyd County community, to the grieving family, friends, and neighbors of these Eastern Kentucky heroes. Though the festivities are canceled, we understand the fireworks show in Pikeville, planned for Monday night, will still go on as scheduled." You can find more information on other cancellations along with our coverage of this Floyd County shootout on our website, WYMT.com. You can also get the latest on the WYMT News app. Just scan the code on your screen there with your phone camera and download the app. We are continuously updating this story, and you can also sign up for breaking news alerts. As millions of Americans prepare to hit the roads this holiday weekend, catalytic converter thieves are also taking aim at their vehicles and their wallets. From 2019 to 2021, thefts shot up more than 1,200%, with California, Texas, Washington, North Carolina, and Minnesota leading the nation. Consumer Reports auto reporter Benjamin Preston says what makes them so expensive is what's inside.
You'll have probably at least $1,000 worth of precious metals in a catalytic converter.
This year alone, 36 states are working on legislation to regulate how they are bought and sold. A new poll found abortion and women's rights are of growing concern in the U.S. President Biden laid out his plans to help women following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The president met with 9 Democratic governors about protecting women's rights today. Many Republican-led states that have moved to restrict or ban abortion rights argue the federal government should stay out of the decision-making.
Arkansas has made its decision. Other states might look at it differently.
President Biden said the federal government will protect women who want to travel to other states to get an abortion. Well, President Biden has announced 17 recipients are being awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom next week. Gymnast Simone Biles, former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, actor Denzel Washington, and Gold Star father Khazar Khan will all receive the honor. Senator and former presidential candidate John McCain and Apple co-founder Steve Jobs will get the award posthumously. The Presidential Medal of Freedom is the highest honor for a U.S. civilian, and the White House says it's given to people who have made exemplary contributions to the prosperity, values, or security of the United States, world peace, or other endeavors. The presentation ceremony at the White House is set for July 7th. Coming up on First at 4, if you're hitting the road this 4th of July weekend, expect some company. A lot of it. We take a look at the record number of travelers expected.
We are also watching out for a few showers and storms this holiday weekend. To have your full forecast coming up.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Do you know the signs of stroke? It's Be Fast. Balance, eyes, face, arms, speech, and time. If you see these signs, call 911 and get to the nearest ER. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Summer has arrived, and Appalachian Wireless has a great sale on the world's hottest smartphone. From now till the end of the month, you can get the amazing iPhone 13 for more than half off. iPhone 13 on Appalachian Wireless can be your new superpower with the most advanced dual camera system ever on iPhone. And it's available on the region's best network because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. 128 gigabyte model only. Agreement required.
Kimber Furniture invites you to their 4th of July sale, now through Saturday. It's one of the biggest and best sales all year. Kimber's has great sale prices all across the store. Plus, your choice of up to 5 full years interest-free or free gifts with your qualifying purchase, like an Ozark cooler or a Blackstone cooking station. This is awesome, but it's only through Saturday at Kimber's in Hazard. Kimber's, we know furniture.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
Everyone is welcome at the Mountain Girl Experience, July 22nd and 23rd in downtown Pikeville. Abby the Spoon Lady, Loon and the Mountain Jets, Coletown Dixie, Beck and the Starlight Review, and more. Your participation helps raise funds for the West Care Emergency Shelter in Pikeville and the Turning Point Domestic Violence Services in Floyd County. Visit theapparts.org and make your memories at the Mountain Girl Experience, July 22nd and 23rd in downtown Pikeville, paid in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism.
Investigate TV tackles the top topics with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
Do you know the signs of stroke? It's be fast. Balance, eyes, face, arms, speech, and time. If you see these signs, call 911 and get to the nearest ER. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Now for our Money Watch report on this Friday, the Dow gained 322 points today. The NASDAQ closed up more than 99, so a strong end to the week. But Wall Street begins the second half of 2022 after a first 6 months many investors would probably rather forget. The S&P 500 is down just more than 20% since the start of the year. Market data shows it was the S&P's worst first half since 1970 when Richard Nixon was in the White House. Wall Street and Main Street continue to grapple with high inflation and fears interest rate hikes could spark a recession. Starting today, the three major U.S. credit reporting companies will stop counting paid medical debt on credit reports. The companies also will start giving people a year to resolve delinquent medical debt before reporting it. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says errors related to medical debt are common on credit reports, and consumers often have difficulty clearing up those problems.
Well, we are watching out for a few showers and thunderstorms as we round out the work week and move into the holiday weekend. Let's take a live look over in Pikeville from the Pikeville Medical Center. All is quiet right now in downtown Pikeville, but we are watching out for a shower not too far away in portions of eastern Pike County. Temperatures are warm for the first day of July. 90 in Manchester, 91 over in Monticello, 83 for Jackson, 81 over in Pikeville and Logan, and 86 over in Clintwood. Here is a look at Pinpoint Doppler, a strong storm over portions of eastern Pike County. This could be producing some large hail at times over portions of eastern Pike County. We are watching out for that, though. As we move into the rest of this evening, a few showers and storms are possible as this cold front begins to sag into portions of northern Kentucky. This could produce more showers and thunderstorms as we get into your holiday weekend. Because of that, the Storm Prediction Center has put the entire region in a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather on Saturday. The overall threat is low, but a few storms could be strong to severe with heavy rain and gusty winds possible. So let's go through future review this evening. If you have any plans to be outdoors, you may want to pack the rain gear just to be safe. A few showers and storms are possible. Not going to be an all-day washout on Saturday either, but a few storms could be strong to severe at times as this cold front begins to work its way into the region. That will push out of here by Saturday night, and we stay dry under a partly cloudy sky as we wake up on Sunday. But this warm and muggy air continues as we get into your Sunday and a few more showers. and thunderstorms will be possible, especially into the afternoon and into the evening on your Sundays. So rain chances over the next few days. We are watching out for these elevated rain chances to stick around into your weekend and into your next work week as well. So a look at your 4th of July forecast. If you have any plans this weekend, we are watching out for those spotty showers and storms. Not going to be an all-day washout, but a few storms are possible. Temperatures reaching the upper 80s and lower 90s. And here is the latest on Tropical Storm Bonnie approaching Central America. Current wind sitting at 45 miles per hour. This is moving into the Pacific Ocean and will stay far away from the United States off to our south. Here is a look at your 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view. A few showers and storms are possible. Typical summer weather for us here in July. Upper 80s, lower 90s, really muggy, and we are watching out for those scattered showers and storms to continue into your holiday weekend and into your next work week. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Fireworks are not the only thing exploding this 4th of July weekend. Fireworks prices are also blowing up. The shortage we've seen in the past 2 years appears to be winding down, but supply chain issues remain. Costs for shipping, raw materials, and labor have also helped push prices up. Higher demand has also been a factor as consumers turn to at-home fireworks displays the last 2 years due to the cancellation of public displays. The CEO of one fireworks distributor estimates his costs have at least doubled since 2019. The American Pyrotechnics Association says costs are 35% higher industry-wide. The upside, this year retailers and distributors say they are more ready to match demand. An estimated 48 million people get sick from foodborne illnesses every year in the U.S., according to the CDC. It can range from mild to severe, so if you're planning to cook out this July 4th holiday, experts urge you to keep the food safe. Meredith Carruthers with the USDA says there are 4 steps to food safety. The most frequent one that is sometimes forgotten: make sure your foods stay at a safe temperature and are not out too long.
Have what's called a 2-hour rule. So that's the amount of time that you can safely leave your foods out at room temperature or in that temperature range before they start to potentially become unsafe.
Make sure your hands, utensils, and plates you bring to the grill are not contaminated. Americans are packed up and ready to go with nearly 48 million people expected to travel this July 4th holiday weekend. A record number are hitting the roads despite historically high gas prices. CBS's Michael George has more.
Americans are breaking free this Independence Day at near pre-pandemic levels. AAA predicts nearly 48 million people are traveling 50 or more miles from home this holiday weekend, up 3.7% over last year. The bigger surprise, a record 42 million people are going by car.
It's going to surpass all numbers since year 2000. So we are up there, and the pent-up demand is definitely showing.
That demand is enough to override consistently high gas prices, though a drop in the global price of oil helped shave about 9 cents off the average price per gallon. Some retailers are chipping in, too. Sheetz lowered its prices through July 4th for 2 types of gasoline.
I filled all 3 cars up today, and I'm probably going to fill them up again, as whatever I have to do to keep them filled up through at least the 4th.
But some are still choosing to spend the holiday at home.
All anybody can afford if they want to put food on the table is to just stay home. Simple as that.
If you are traveling by car, experts suggest saving in other ways, like bringing food, ride sharing, or splitting expenses with another family. It may be a tougher go for air travelers.
We're expecting to have some troubles. We'll just roll with the punches.
Kind of expect the worst and hope for the best.
Tickets are pricey, cancellations are common, and staffing is short. Factors that could continue through the summer.
You've got to expect a lot of people traveling in a very condensed period of time, and with not a lot of options to rebook.
Anticipating what it calls operational challenges, Delta Airlines has dropped change fees and fare differences for flights scheduled during the holiday weekend. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
AAA says the top travel destinations include fun and sun locations, Disney, and national parks. We'll be right back.
The news tip? Then call the WYMT news tip line. You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-905-6550. That's 1-800-905-6550 or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-905-6550 now.
Hi, I'm Murphy. You may have heard of me and my law. It never stops. That's why I called EverythingBreaks.com. EverythingBreaks.com takes care of everything.
Call EverythingBreaks.com to get total home protection today. Protect 17 appliances, your choice of 4 major home systems. And if you sign up now for total home protection, all of your electronic devices, cell phones, laptops, tablets, gaming systems will be covered. Even electronics you may purchase in the future.
It's so easy. With EverythingBreaks.com, one call is all it takes. They find the repairman, they schedule the appointment, and best of all, they pay the bill. It's awesome. Everything's protected. Now that's got Murphy written all over it.
Call now and get complete coverage for everything in your home, including all your cell phones and electronic devices.
Call 888-216-0924 for total home and electronics protection. That's 888-216-0924.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
You're watching WYMT.
On Investigate TV, we protect your pocketbook from dishonest hands.
Why was I lied to? Why did the salesperson lie to me?
On Investigate TV, we expose greed at every level.
Is it just about a money grab now in healthcare?
On Investigate TV, we help you get the most for your money.
Okay, this is going to cost me $4,000. Maybe there's a smarter way to do it.
Investigate TV, we're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices today.
Have a news tip? Then call the WYMT News Tip line.
Here's a look at what we're working on for Mountain News beginning at 5:30. Last night's tragedy in Floyd County is not the first mass shooting in the town of Allen. We'll continue our coverage of what happened last night there in Allen with the latest from law enforcement officials and more community reaction. Plus, we'll look at how many Kentucky officers have died in the line of duty through the years. We hope you'll join us again beginning at 5:30. Well, following the shootout yesterday in Floyd County, community members came together to help those in mourning. Several mental health and religious organizations set up at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg to offer grief counseling for those impacted by the shooting in the Allen community last night.
We know that a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are grieving, confused, in shock, and we just wanted to be here to help.
Executive Director of the Mountain Arts Center, Joe Campbell, says being part of such a small and close-knit community, it only felt natural to help provide these services to those who need them. The MAC was planning on offering grief counseling until 5 o'clock today. Campbell adds they will host more counseling days if needed.
We are watching out for more spotty showers and storms into your holiday weekend. That typical June and July mugginess is going to continue as well. Upper 80s, lower 90s on Saturday and Sunday.